Here's the radar out of Key West. There is the eye of the hurricane.
Look at the eye of the hurricane going right over Doppler radar.
It's imminent landfall right now. And look,
imminent landfall. And look,
is on Big Coppin Key. Okay, that's where the Key West National
this is not a hurricane.
But Key West
this is
proper,
a land-based weather event.
Is right on the edge of this yellow here. So the oranges and the reds
going right. Look at this. Right over it.
Here is the eye wall.
Look at this.
How all of this area is being impacted.
It's going this way.
Meanwhile, up into
yeah, hey Doppler.
The 7-mile
oh yeah, we're just telling you what's going on. What a coinky dink. What a freaking coinky dink. All right, here we go, guys. The storm is being guided, okay, from next rad to next rad. The eye is going right towards the next rad centers. Here we go. Gonna have to re-add that to the edit. Let's see if we just keep ping-ponging from next rad to next rad. So far, every storm takes place over next rad Doppler radar. No meteorologist has noticed? None? Here we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, got a little beam. This is the third next rad in a row. They are going from next rad to next rad. This is Georgia. What date? September 11th. Wow. We have a third one, guys. We have a freaking third one. So October 7th, 2017. This was Nate making landfall towards next rad in Slidell, just like Katrina had. And we missed catching a few of the ones in between here, but this is the other next rad in Mississippi, Alabama border. Pulling off. There it goes. It goes right over the other one. And then there's the eye. Going right into it, huh? Right into it. Come on. Right into it. Here you go. Whoa. I mean, you gotta admit, it's the pattern is the odds. Freaking coincidence is almost impossible. He goes right into it. I mean, he goes right into it. This is remarkable coincidence. Every time there's a storm, it's going in towards right for a next rad, unless another one goes, and then it goes right for that one. The formula's getting really predictable. Catch this shizzle right here. Here it goes, coming for the next one. Wow. Oh, the ring. The ring. As it goes right over KHTX. Okay? Really? Monsters. Where do you think it's coming from? There's another one and another one. I mean, they're all just power plant pop-offs. Look at that. That's monstrous. These are monstrous power plant pop-offs. This is not natural booms. What are you talking about? You follow these and you end up at a power plant, okay? And they're doing it all around. It's like you think it's coming off of the water, but there's nothing coming off of the water. Right now, all the air is like Dopplered, right? All the air is like, no, there's no clouds anywhere around. But then these are billowing. There's just very high altitude cirrus left over, probably from some trails, but all around we have major, I mean, look at this. Major ground clouds. This is not natural water vapor from the ground. It's coming from the ground. These are ground clouds. These are power plant clouds. Okay, guys? Can we add that to the cloud list, to the new cloud list, NASA? Yeah, there's your beam. So they're drawing it into oh, okay. What you're sucking it, it's kind of, there was this. There we go. It's, I mean, you see how that what's reading it and then it's feeding it, right? It's like reading it and feeding it. They're leaving that beam on there. It's got to be heating up the path. Well, boys and girls, I had to pull over on the side of the road to finish capturing this. But apparently it looks like they haven't worked on new technology yet or perfected it. So, yes, what I captured yesterday was right. That beam from Alabama is where it's coming into. And you can see it right now. Doppler radar, yet again. Weather coming in the direction the beam is coming. Of course, oh yeah, they're just reading it. They're just reading it. But it's coming in over Doppler radar, okay? It's not coming in over, like, the area over here. You know, this is not where it's coming in. It's not coming in to the area over there. If you ever play a game of pool, okay, there are pockets on a pool table. There's a lot of them. But it doesn't mean your balls are going to go in them just because you're banging them around. And it doesn't mean they're going to go from one pocket to another pocket to another pocket without bouncing off on some random area of the pool table. So to say that there's a lot of Doppler radars, okay, to say that there's a lot of Doppler radars when when the storms keep making landfall, I mean, no, a storm can go through here. A storm can go through there. It doesn't have to keep going bing, 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 bing. But it does. Okay? I mean, not in a zigzag pattern. But Katrina did this. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, it was... This is a statistical impossibility. When we first noticed the storms interacting with Doppler radar, we first captured this interesting image, thinking that the beams were causing the wave action. It wouldn't be till later on that we nuanced our discovery a little better, realizing that the beams feed the path of the water vapor, but it is the depletion of the Doppler radar within the zone that makes a vacuum of sorts. And nature abhors a vacuum, and thus the winds and the energies move in towards the center of that vacuum.
as the energy is depleted.
Look, they're depleting it, it's shrinking. It's coming down, so they're not, and then whoosh, the energy comes in across it. Right? Because nature abhors a vacuum. So when that energy that they put in there comes down, oh, it's just going to converge right here. Boosh! Right off of there. It's okay. I mean, how many days? I thought this thing was over by now. It was like coming on shore. Look at these beams. They're just staying there. Okay. It's shrinking, right? The energy field goes down and poosh. It all converge. All the energy converges over. And that's a wind. And here everything's coming off of it. Coming off of here. Because this creates moisture too. There comes the plasma wave as it goes down. See, it converges over there. It's puffed out, but it's getting thinner. There it goes. It thins out, and the energy starts converging into it. Nature pours a vacuum.
And it wouldn't be till a little bit after that we would notice that these would also be responsible for high and low pressure fronts. Heat islands, if you will.
I was trained adjunct Air Force by the National Weather Service. Now, the technology that we used was 40 years ahead of anything that was sitting in people's homes. And that's par for the course with the military. At each stratum of the atmosphere, which could be 1,000 feet, 5,000 feet, 500 feet, it all depends on what stratum they're looking at. All right? It's very inexact science, believe me. We did not have the red phone to God. The only place that you can predict the possibility of humidity is at base level, which is usually from 0 to 4,000 feet in the air. And that is with 20% accuracy rate. And I'm going to tell you something. None of the clouds that I see on a daily basis are anything like clouds. They're all fake clouds.
Yeah.
Can't even find the bases on a stratus level. They all have this icky goo that comes out from the bottom of every single freaking cloud. I can't tell you where the bases are of a cirrus. I don't know what level. Like right now, I'm looking outside, and I'm trying to determine the base level, which would be my report, as in 5 scattered, meaning 5,000 scattered, 5,000 feet in elevation, scattered. I can't find a bottom.
I'm telling you. Doppler radar steers the storms. Doppler radar steers the storms. All right. They're not supposed to leave the beams on that long. Yep, here we go. It's like it's so predictable. It's almost boring, but it was hard to predict really which one they were going to bring it in because It looked like they could have dragged it across to KLIX because KLIX was feeding it, and so were some of the other ones, as we have shown. Look at that. I mean, that really just doesn't get any more like landfall into Doppler radar than like landfalling into KMOB. Just like that. Okay. Right. All that mass, all that it's not going over here. Didn't go to this one. Now we can see. Okay. So pretty. Look how just so perfect. Right into that line. It's picking it up there. Here we have KDGX, our third landfall in a row, going right into Doppler radar. This storm does not navigate except for where Doppler radar tells it to go. 3 for 3. Yet again. Gordon cataloged and documented. Oh, they're storm side, bringing it in. They're bringing it in. Here we go. Red facing the storm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Yep. Ah, wow. Come on. You got to admit. I mean, it's pretty freaking linked up, isn't it? And here she comes, and here she comes, and here she comes, right on the line. Oh my God, she's beautiful, isn't she? Man, these guys are good, man. 100 years they've kept this under wraps. Can you believe that shit? There's the 100 years, my friends. Can't really. The eyes dancing in that line of the bright green polarities. Beauty. That's 2 for 2, buddies. And it went backwards to do it. Like it was going up the coast, right? And then it's like went backwards.
What is this technology?
Essentially, we're drawing oceanic rain systems that exist over the oceans into geographic targets, into our agricultural areas. The technology uses electromagnetics, so we're not interfering with the atmosphere or with the environment. We're not damaging it. We're not using chemicals fired through rockets like other technologies use. We use a very gentle but powerful technology, launching electromagnetics into the atmosphere to modify the flow of the weather system over the ocean and drawing it into a target. So to try and keep it simple, we establish some kind of link with a weather system, and once we've seen through satellite meteorology that we have that link, we're able to draw that system in incrementally towards the target, such as in this case the Horn of Africa.
So let's take this one as a case study. This was April 20th through the 21st of 2012. This was a visual that they showed on the website, and just as an example of their composite map, and I thought it was a great example to use because here you can actually see you have a front coming through, and then the Doppler radars build a wall. They bloom out, stopping it from continuing on, and it sends it up instead. See, it's coming across, but the blooms come, and then it breaks it up and sends it out. And this is even illustrated really well on the slower one here. See, this Doppler turns that, takes that line of weather, and because it's right over here, that energy goes like that, goes around it, like it splits it up like it's a Laffy Taffy being pulled on a line of conveyor belts. Coming in, coming in, coming in, bloom, separate, split. Over here too, you can see there's some weather coming in and it blooms, breaking it up. Sometimes it's not strong enough to get rid of it altogether, but it kind of desiccates it like a desiccated cell or something. It loses its fullness. I could tell when they're raising the... I mean, these create low and high pressure fronts. I don't know about a front, but high and low pressure areas. So this is low pressure, 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 high pressure. Low pressure, low pressure, low pressure, low pressure, low pressure, low pressure, high pressure. When the grandiose plan of wireless power transmission was finally out of reach for Tesla, he wrote, "It is not a dream. It is a simple feat of scientific electrical engineering. Only expensive, blind, faint-hearted, doubting world. Humanity is not yet sufficiently advanced to be willingly led by the discoverer's keen, searching sense. But who knows? Perhaps it is better in this present world of ours that a revolutionary idea or invention, instead of being helped and patted, be hampered and ill-treated in its adolescence, by want of means, by selfish interest, pedantry, stupidity, and ignorance. That it be attacked and stifled, that it pass through bitter trials and tribulations, through the strife of commercial existence. So do we get our light. So all that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed, only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle.